Regression stars Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson and is directed by Alejandro Amenabar. And if I pronounced your name wrong, sir, I apologize. I probably just butchered that. What this film is about is this movie is centered back in 1990. Ethan Hawke plays a detective who has to go on this case because something is going on with Emma Watson's character, who has said that she has been abused from child abuse. And all these cases that go into Ethan Hawke. And this guy who's also dealing with paranoia, he's got to try to solve the case and figure out what is going on with everybody around. Now, I actually was really excited for this movie. I was really hoping that this movie would be good. I was excited to see how it was going to be like because I just recently saw The Others like a month ago with Nicole Kidman, and that is a really great horror film. If you have not seen that movie, I recommend it. And I also like horror. And the movie has been getting panned. I mean, honestly, it's been getting really, really panned. There has been reviews of this film that have hit lows. I was completely shocked after watching this movie, seeing that it has a 5% Rotten Tomatoes. That completely shocks me. And I actually am going to admit something. I enjoyed the movie. It was a really good movie. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed this. Ethan Hawke was fantastic. He was the best part of this movie. I really loved Ethan Hawke in this movie. He's one of those exceptional actors who knows what he's doing, and he completely advantages to his level. He was great in the movie. The way this movie was shot was fantastic too. This reminded me a lot of a movie back in 2000s, like say Unbreakable or Signs. It reminded me ways of like that, how it looked like it. And in some ways, it was really, really shot well. This movie was shot beautifully, and the direction by Alejandro Amenabar was fantastic. He really gave a good direction. The movie is tense at times too. I really like detective stories as well, as I'm trying to make one myself right now. And I'm currently writing one. And I kind of understand like the detective story. Seven's one of my favorite films of all time, and that movie is extremely dark, and this film is dark for what it is. My biggest problem with the movie, though, I'm going to go into this, is one was Emma Watson. I like her in a lot of movies. I wanted to see what she could be like after her kind of role, like what she did in Harry Potter and Perks of Being a Wallflower, and she really just, I didn't like her. I really didn't expect to see how this, I was really upset by the end of this. She just didn't get that. I just felt like her character was not moved enough, if you mean what I understand. I mean, I really enjoyed certain aspects of her character and certain things where the film was going. But, man, I didn't like her in this movie. I didn't think, honestly, she didn't give a good performance, in my opinion, unfortunately. And that was a big drag away from the movie. Also, I'm not a fan of how the way this movie ends. This movie ends abruptly, and I was really surprised. I was really shocked by the way this movie ends, because the way this film ends, I'm not going to spoil anything. It ends really weird. Like, I was shocked by the end of this movie, and I hated the ending of this movie, unfortunately. I enjoyed the film. There's going to be people who absolutely hate this movie, seeing that the film has a 5% Rotten Tomatoes, and some of my friends who have seen it did not like the film at all. As someone who enjoyed the film kind of in certain ways, that last act was completely horrible, and I'm going to admit that, unfortunately. But I enjoyed this film for what it was in parts. It was a really enjoyable, good film that is good. It's not that decent film, but it does have some stuff that kind of built its advantage, and it's a lot better than some of the horror movies that have come out this year, like The Boy and The Forest. It's definitely the better film. It's definitely the best horror film I've seen so far this year. And that being said, I'm gonna give Regression a B-. It has its problems for sure with Emma Watson and the ending, unfortunately. But I'm going to admit something straight up. With Ethan Hawke being great, and he steals the movie, and the way the film was directed and shot, and the script at times was great, intense, I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Guys, I also recommend checking out The Others. It is a really good horror film that I recommend checking out. It's definitely a great film. Check that movie out. Not a few people have seen that film. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll be seeing Hail Caesar later tonight. Look forward to my review of that on Friday. And also, guys, I got my review done for The Room. I'm going to be doing my next Guilty Pleasure review. I try to get these reviews out every once in a while, and I'll be doing it for The Room. Looking forward to getting that, guys, on Sunday, as well as my Spider-Man 2 review. I've been reviewing all the Spider-Man movies once a month. That review is going to come up next Sunday. I'm going to take a break from Guilty Movie Pleasures next week. Guilty to film my Spider-Man 2 review because I'm going to be reviewing once a month. So, and then I'll continue Guilty Pleasures after that week. Guys, thank you so much for watching as always. And if you guys like what you see here, please subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and have a great Chris Day.